Some places are more peaceful than others when you travel. And of course, peace looks like something different for everybody. But for me, here are five places that I felt were the most peaceful. And the first place is Antarctica. I talk about Antarctica all the time. And the reality is, it is just so removed from everything else in the world that it is an incredibly peaceful place to be. There's stillness, quiet, nothing but the sounds of nature and the hum of the ship. Or if you're extraordinarily lucky, you can go out on the water on a Zodiac on a peaceful day, and the guide will got the engine and you just get to float, and you have nothing but the sounds of the water, and if there's any ice, breaking, caving, it kind of like tinkles a little bit as it melts, like a tinkling noise. I don't know how to describe it, but there's the sounds of penguins. If there's whales, you can hear the blows from the whales. There's seals, you might use some seal noises. It's just so peaceful, and it's not only peaceful just because of the environment, but also because you are disconnected from the world. And I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Yes, it's a lot easier to stay connected when you're in remote regions now, like Antarctica, because of Starlink and other modern technology advancements. But I always recommend to people, when you do these kinds of trips, stay off your phone, stay off your computer, don't buy the internet package. Just be present, because it is such a beautiful place. I think the best word I have to describe it is magical, and of course it is peaceful. And there's just something to be said to be disconnected and to get to spend that time with people without everybody having the phone in the hand. So get off my soapbox about that one. That in Antarctica, that's the number one. Um, I should say these aren't really in order, but Antarctica always comes to mind as a peaceful place. So number two, this is probably hilarious. Um, I was actually at an airport, um, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'm gonna pronounce this poorly, so I apologize. In Koh Samui, in Thailand, their airport is like no other airport I've ever flown through. I've seen it every now and then, float around on social media. It's all open air. You can be outside on a swing adjacent the tarmac, which is just wild to me. And I will say Thailand in general, I felt very, very peaceful. It was just a very happy place. But I had this moment at the airport as I was leaving Thailand, which was so sad. I wish I had more time, and of course I will go back. But I had this moment. I was sitting on a swing at sunset, waiting for my plane, and I had an expat gentleman next to me, and we were just talking, and I I just told him, I said, I get it now. I understand why people come here to be expats. I understand why people they just love it here. It was so peaceful. Everything just felt still, even though the little carts were still rolling by with everybody's suitcases, and they at this airport you get moved in little, I don't know, it reminds me kind of Disneyland, these little like carts, people movers out to the airplanes, and of course those are rolling by, and it's just a really cool experience. It really is a peaceful place, which you wouldn't think of as at an airport, but it is. And the island as a whole is not just the airport location, and Thailand as a whole is, but that's just a moment that has always, uh, at least for the past couple of years since I was there, has stood out to me as just being like this calm sense of peace. So that's probably my number two, most peaceful place. Where else has been very peaceful to me? Um, there is a place in England that I adore. I don't talk about it much because I'm so afraid one day it's going to get overrun by social media stardom. But the Stourhead Gardens in the west of England, it's one of my favorite places in the world. It's just this beautiful house and garden that was given to the National Trust by the family to maintain and open to the public. And it's so peaceful and still, and you could just spend a whole day walking through the gardens, and walking through the house or walking the grounds. There are quite a few walking paths on the grounds as well. Just be careful not to get lost. They do get a little windy, the trails do, but um It's a really cool place. It's so peaceful. It's removed from the hustle and bustle. To me, it's this little like hidden gem out there. And if you ever go out there, I recommend staying at the Spread Eagle Inn. It's not part of the National Trust, but it is just across the road from the gardens. You do have access to the gardens by being a guest at the inn, and it's this like quaint experience. Little ensuite rooms, and they overlook a little like enclosed courtyard where the shops and things are, and it's just a really cool place. There's a church I think adjacent as well. I haven't been in a few years now, but it was just such a calm and peaceful place. And my top tip, I preface this by saying I am not a morning person. My top tip is to get up in the morning and before the gardens actually open to the public, as a guest at the inn, you're allowed to go into the gardens at any time. So you get up before the gardens open and just go enjoy it when you're the only person in there. It's a really beautiful experience. And where else have I felt super calm and at peace? I need to give hoodie come up with two more. No, by the way, I did not think these through before. I was like, I'm just gonna do the top ones that come to mind for me. Maybe I should have just said three. Well, done my top three. Let's think. Where else have I just been like so peaceful? Another place that I love. But I don't know if it was peaceful so much as it was just was so happy there. I really enjoyed it and I enjoyed the vibe. Was Luxembourg. And that's another place that I think is really like a hidden gem of Europe. It's one of the small micro countries of Europe. It's not, I feel like, on a lot of people's radar, which is hilarious because it's so easy to get to and it's absolutely stunning. Um, the city is amazing. The the outdoor spaces that they have there are beautiful. And if you're a hiker, you love to go on walks, highly recommend those. And there's World War II history there for any of the history buffs. And also my favorite part about it is all the public transportation is free. Trains, buses, the light rail, any of it. And that not only makes it easy, but it makes it such an incredible experience because you just I don't know how to describe it, other than to say it's just such a cool place. And I felt, at least the time that I was there, it wasn't super overrun with a bunch of people yet. Maybe I just happened to hit it right. But either way, such a cool place. Luxembourg, definitely. I'm gonna put that one on your list. And easily accessible, by the way. Short train ride from Belgium or Paris. Done, I think, in only a couple hours each. Uh, Easy peasy, not super expensive, and yeah, easy. Highly recommend. If you'd rather fly, there is a small airport there. I shouldn't say small. They do serve quite large aircraft, but there is an airport if you prefer to fly into Luxembourg. Easy peasy. And one last place. I feel like I should say somewhere tropical, but the funny thing is that I haven't really been to a ton of tropical locations. Peaceful places. I think I'm gonna throw Cuba in there. I don't know that Cuba necessarily I would describe as having been peaceful, but I just remember enjoying it so much. I th- at the time that I was there, I haven't been in 9 years. Let me say that first. There are things I have heard have deteriorated since I was there, and certainly right now there's like an oil crisis. I guess we could sum it up that way. If you don't know anything that's going on about Cuba, please go Google it and just be informed on that. But anyway, all that to say, when I was there 9 years ago, there was just this sense of joy, and even though people have so little and people do struggle, but there was a kindness from everybody. Everyone was so excited to have visitors from the US. They were excited to show you their country, their homes, their food, their culture, all of it. And it it's just when you're in a place with a culture that is welcoming like that, despite having very little themselves, it it just shifts your whole trip and your whole perspective. It's
It just it really hits home when it sticks with you. And so again, that's one thing I don't know is necessarily the peaceful thing. I certainly had some wonderful peaceful experiences while I was there, but I think on a whole, it was just an amazing place and somewhere that's definitely top on my list, and would love to go back. And yeah, I'm trying to think of like peaceful experiences specifically. There were certainly a few. There was like we went down in the caves in the Nalis Valley and turned the headlamps off, and you're just sitting there. It's quiet. It's pitch black. You hear the drips from the roof of the cave or the ceiling of the cave. I'm not sure which which is the correct response. That was incredible. And just horseback riding was incredible. And yeah. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox about that one. All that to be said, I'll stop jabbering. Those are my top five, and I'll catch you on the next one.